Okay, this is question number 5. The reason I did not combine this with the previous video because this is our first time on this worksheet that we see a multiplicity of 3, and I think it deserves some dedication. So we're gonna have a special video, a dedicated video for this multiplicity of 3. Okay. Now, the whole multiplicity of 3, it's very straightforward. When the multiplicity it's equal to multiplicity, it's equal to 3. So the graph, it's going to, well, let me go ahead and use black lines here to indicate the axes, or actually just the root, okay? Just the root. So what you would have is that the graph could be like this, or could be like this, okay? Exhibiting this kind of S-shaped turn, okay, for when it approaches to the root. There's a reason behind it, of course. The reason is that as it gets closer, whether it's addition or subtraction of the factor, it's going to result in a it's going to result in a small decimal number, and then it's being cubed. It's going to be even smaller, so you can see that the growth or decline slows down dramatically as it approaches to the root. So that results in the S-shaped turn. So that's really what it is, okay? If you know what it means. So this is like the x cube graph. So if you you learned that in algebra 2, but again, take no assumption, okay? So yeah, so that's how it works. So I'm going to show you how to finish this graph. We look at the factors, okay? So look at the first factor. We know that the root should be 2 right there. It's a triple root, okay, or multiplicity of 3. The second factor tells us that we have another root at -1, also a triple root or a multiplicity of 3 again. To find out the y-intercept, we would have to put in 0 for x. All right, so that would be -8 for the first set of parentheses. The third one would be just 1, so you have -24 as a result. Okay, and then you think about if you happen to multiply all the first terms together. So you have 3, and then you have x cubed and x cubed again. So the first term would be 3x to the 6th power, meaning that the degree is 6, the sign of leading coefficient is positive. Okay, so all the blanks are filled up. And if it's 3 to the x to the 6th power, 3 times x to the 6th power, then we know it's going to start high, because if you put a negative number, -10 for x, it's going to be a positive number. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to put my arrow here, and then I'm going to approach my first root. And then this is how I'm going to show my little S-shaped turn. Okay, so then passing through -24, and then going back up here, and then showing this S-shaped turn again. And then we have our finishing the right there. Okay, so very straightforward. Okay, so just make sure that you acknowledge that it's a multiplicity of 3, and that's how you would pass through the roots. That's all good. Now, last year, uh, I saw some students, they did the S-shaped turn, but in a different orientation. So I want to show you what it's like when they did it last year. So, so instead of doing this, they did this. They made a turn either too early, or they made it really steep at the root. So that's not how it's done. Okay, so make sure that you are aware of how cubic function is graphed. So that's basically what it is. Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot to show the turn right here. Okay, for x equals to 2, right there. Okay, so if you can show me just the feature of the multiplicity of 3, we are going to be very, very happy. Okay, so make sure you know how to take care of this kind of situation when the multiplicity is equal to 3.